When I say I'm from New York, towering skyscrapers and flashy Times Square billboards are what most people envision. Empire State of Mind starts to play, and eyes light up with curiosity, only for their smiles to falter when I clarify upstate New York. This paints a new image, one of rolling hills and farm country, but to me, home is the suburbs. Home is a picturesque village on the Erie Canal. Home is the 14450 on a postcard. Home is Fairport, New York. Home to over 5,000 people and 157 years of history, Fairport stands to prove that the Empire State is more than just the Big Apple. When I think of Fairport, I think of the Erie Canal. I think of sitting on the water's edge with a cup of moose tracks from the ice cream factory. I think of riding my bike to Pittsford along the canal path, swerving around joggers and mothers pushing strollers. I think of kayaking with my dad and cruising at 1 mile per hour in my friend Wyatt's boat, a raft-like contraption surprisingly licensed by New York State. I think of my canal town with pride. Incorporated in 1867, the village of Fairport flourished as a result of the exchange of goods, people, and ideas on the Erie Canal. The canal's construction was an extensive 8-year project lasting from 1817 to 1825 under the guidance of DeWitt Clinton, former mayor of New York City. The original canal spanned 363 miles from Albany to Buffalo and was known as the longest artificial waterway and the greatest public works project in North America, costing over $223 billion in 2024 dollars to build. What was once a 2-week journey by stagecoach was now a 5-day journey by canal, improving not only the transfer of people, but the transfer of ideas. The Erie Canal contributed to both the abolitionist and suffragist movements, with both Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony buried in Mount Hope Cemetery, just 8 miles from Fairport in Rochester, New York. Beyond historical significance, the Erie Canal is home to one of the most unusual bridges in New York State. The Fairport Lift Bridge is an iconic symbol of innovation and engineering prowess, gracing not only our postcards, but allegedly the pages of Ripley's Believe It or Not for its unique construction. When the Erie Canal was widened from 40 feet to 123 feet in 1903, a new bridge was needed. The Fairport Lift Bridge was completed in March 1914, spanning 139 feet in length and weighing 345.8 tons. The bridge's design is best described as an irregular decagon, with no two angles the same and no square corners. Lift bridges like the Fairport Lift Bridge and Canal Life have been honored in Thomas Allen's 1905 folk classic, Low Bridge, Everybody Down. The lyrics allude to a fictional mule named Sal, as many barges on the canal were powered by animals. A statue of Sal can be found just outside the Fairport Public Library, notably with the Fairport Lift Bridge in the background. Just as the lift bridge defines Fairport, one canal boat captain would leave a lasting mark on the village's history. While the Erie Canal, and later the railroad, contributed to Fairport's booming economy, so too did the DeLand Chemical Company until its closure in 1903. Daniel DeLand and his wife Minerva moved to Fairport in 1852, opening a small mom-and-pop shop producing saleratus, better known as sodium bicarbonate, one of the key ingredients in baking soda. At the time, the only other manufacturer of saleratus in the country was Cow Brand Soda, a Massachusetts-based company founded in 1846. In its heyday, the DeLand Chemical Company employed 100 workers, with sales equaling over $13 billion in 2024 dollars. Unfortunately, Daniel would pass away in 1872 after falling down an elevator shaft, leaving the company to his son Levi and brother Henry. In 1893, the DeLand family would face further tragedy, losing the main plant in a fire. In 1903, unable to compete with Cow Brand Soda and Arm & Hammer, the company was forced to shut down. The DeLands are best remembered today as the namesake for Minerva DeLand, a unique part of the high school experience in Fairport, as the school only houses 9th graders. Fairport's rich history reveals the upstate is just as New York as the 5 boroughs. Not all New Yorkers are from New York City. I myself have only visited once, but if you find yourself in Western New York, consider visiting Fairport. Celebrate the 47-year-old tradition of Canal Days in the first week of June as one of 100,000 attendees buying food and art from traveling vendors. Experience the lift bridge and 53 locks in our extensive canal system aboard the Colonial Belle. Hunt for historical markers denoting famous sites and people, such as the DeLand Chemical Company. Pose with Sal outside the Fairport Public Library. Experience the crown jewel of the Erie Canal.